Mr. Bellamy, can you give your, well, before I go into the circulator, a couple of things about bikes. What's the status of the L and the M Street bike lanes?
Right now, it's on hold. We're bringing back the bike team for update. There was some concern over the amount of parking that was going to be removed. My last discussion was that we would go back and look at those two streets.
So when you go back and look, then what does that mean? Like you may not do it?
It could. We may not. We may. It's to bring the team back together and the outreach, especially if we're going to remove a lot of parking.
And this is downtown L&M.
Correct.
And these are the cross, you know, the way to get east and west for bikes, which is difficult for bikes.
Correct.
We have some pretty good north-south, but it's east-west again where there's a problem. And so how do you weigh that? Is that if the car parkers yell louder than the bike folks, or how do you weigh whether you move forward or not?
The way that we weigh it, we would look at the benefits. Again, we do benefit analysis. At the same time, when we were looking at it, there was also some transit issues as well that wanted to use the corridors as well for moving transit routes. And so bringing the team back together, I want to say they're at 65%, is to bring them back and bring the whole bike safety team together.
Are the majority of the parkers from outside of the district?
I have not seen the report, but that would be one of the things that we'll look at, where the parkers, where the tags are from.
I would appreciate if you look at that, because usually, you know, we still have a lot of capacity in our private parking lots, and the on-street parkers get a pretty good deal. But for the district residents, often those are residents we want to be on bikes rather than in cars as they go to work. And again, it creates more capacity in our public transit system as well. And so in that trade-off, if possible, and sometimes I know politically it's very hard, whenever there's one parking space removed, I know I hear about it. But I think especially as we reimagine our downtown, that if we got more people out of cars, and also to, you know, the best deal in town is a public parking space. And I'm not sure how much we want to fund that for folks that don't pay taxes in the district for that space. And so when we underwrite parking for Maryland and Virginia commuters or others, I mean, obviously we want to know the impact on our businesses, but generally it's going to be a DC resident that needs that safe bike lane.